As promised, we will also present a second example to provide you with an alternative to the VMware ESXi installation. We will proceed with a demonstration using Proxmox, following the same installation, configuration, and virtual machine startup procedures. At this point, we can proceed directly to the Proxmox management interface itself by selecting the visualization node from the menu on the left and then choosing the System Network menu. Next, click on the default virtual switch, identifiable as a Linux bridge type, and then click Edit. At this point, enable VLAN Aware support and save the configuration by clicking the OK button. The next phase involves installing the UTM virtual appliance using the ISO image and assigning the VLANs accordingly. From the left-hand menu of the Proxmox interface, select the virtualization host and then click on ISO images so that you can upload the ISO file stored on your PC, previously downloaded from the link provided by Endian together with the activation code. Next, again from the left-hand menu, select the virtualization host and click on Create VM to assign a name to the virtual machine. For example, you may choose EFW Virtual, although the name is entirely up to you. In the OS section, add the Endian ISO image. Assign 60 GB of disk space and, for the processor configuration, select 2 CPU cores with the CPU type set to host. Then move to the Memory menu and set the RAM to 4 GB. Finally, in the Network tab, leave all settings unchanged but deselect the Firewall option. This step is important because initially, only the default virtual bridge will be connected. Save the configuration by clicking Finish. Once the virtual machine has been created, it must remain powered off. If it is already running, it will be necessary to shut it down before proceeding. At this point, return to the menu on the left and select the newly created virtual machine. Then click on Hardware followed by Add. Select Network Device to add 3 additional network interfaces, assigning the VLANs previously configured on the switch. Assign VLAN 10 to the green interface, VLAN 20 to the orange interface, VLAN 30 to the blue interface. We have now reached the phase of starting the virtual machine and configuring the network. Selecting the virtual machine, we can power it on by clicking Start, and we will see the black terminal window opening, showing the boot process inside the console. While for VMware we previously demonstrated the web-based wizard option, in this example we would like to show you the alternative method of running the network wizard through the command line interface. In this screen, we will see that, in order to correctly initialize the virtual appliance, it is necessary to select option 5. We begin by assigning a new password, defining the host name of the machine, and selecting the red network interface required for Internet access along with its related configuration. We then assign the network interface for the green zone, which is the default LAN, setting the IP address to 192.168.0.15/24 and enabling the DHCP server. Next, we also configure the orange zone with the IP address 192.168.2.1, the blue zone with the IP address 192.168.8.3.1. As a final step, we enable access via SSH and the default web management interface on port 10,443. Before moving on to the next video and the next phase, make note of the IP address assigned by DHCP to the red interface, which in this example is 192.168.1.963. Once the wizard via command line has been completed, we can proceed to register the license on the Endian Network portal. To do this, it is necessary to reach the IP address 192.168.0.15 from a PC. Using the Chrome browser, connect to the web interface by entering https://192.168.0.15:10443. Again, the browser will warn that the certificate used for the HTTPS connection is not publicly trusted. In this case, click Advance and then select Proceed to 192.168.0.15 to access the Endian Network registration interface. For this step, you will need to enter the username and password that you normally use to access Endian Network. If you do not yet have an account, you can create one by clicking Create Account. Also enter the activation code provided during the purchase process together with the license, and complete all the required fields until reaching the checkbox for license acceptance. Then click Register, and you will be redirected to the login page, where you can log in using the default admin user and the password previously configured during the routed setup. From this dashboard, click the menu on the left and navigate to System, Endian Network, Subscription to verify the license activation status. Everything should match the screen shown in this example, meaning the system should appear correctly validated and registered, including the updated expiration date corresponding to the license period you purchased. You can then click on the left-hand menu again and navigate to System Updates to check whether updates are available. If updates are available, you can proceed with upgrading to the latest version and most recent release available. At this point, with the system fully updated, it will be possible to begin configuring the various services and functionalities of the appliance according to your needs and preferences.